Hello all of you, my name is Luke aka Lenti, and in this first episode of FreeToProper we are going to talk about Scout. Well, the Scout is an objective player, which is meant to be played objective. This means that you should be trying to capture the control point or push the payload card at all time. You'll notice that pushing the payload card or capturing a control point will be really effective, since as Scout you can capture these points twice as fast. And also one important aspect of the Scout is its double jump, so you can jump twice, and you'll notice that this has a great impact on its gameplay, since you should be really dodging the enemy's bullets and try not to die, since you don't have enough health for that. Before going into the main tactics of the Scout, I'd like to discuss its weapons first, so you can be getting an idea of how you should be using these weapons when playing with these tactics. Okay, so the Scout has three kinds of weapons: his primary weapon, his secondary weapon, and his melee weapon. As his primary weapon, the Scout has a scattergun, which is a sort of shotgun which has to be used, or is most effective at point blank or at close range. His pistol is, on the other hand, better at picking off enemies from a distance, for example for enemies who got away after a fight. And your bat is mainly used when you're out of ammo or don't have the time to reload. For each weapon slot you can have multiple weapons. So for example, instead of your scattergun you can use the shortstop or the force of nature. These are variants on the current on the standard weapon, but since there are really a lot of them, we don't have enough time to discuss them all. So if you want to get more information on these weapons, I suggest that you go to the TF2 wiki or try these weapons out yourself. Okay, as a Scout, your main tactic will be to ambush people. This is very useful, since you don't have a lot of health, but when up close you can do a lot of damage. So this means that ambushing is the ideal technique you should use when trying to kill people. You can try and ambush people in two different ways. You can try and take unused routes, which are usually at the side of a map, or try to ambush them from above, which I prefer, since a lot of people tend to forget to look upwards, and this really leaves space for you to ambush. Now when you've ambushed a person, you'll start getting into combat. The person will probably start shooting at you because otherwise it'd be a moron. So when he starts shooting at you, you should really try to dodge all the things that he's shooting, so rockets or grenades, or dodge the fire, dodge the flames of the pyro, because as a Scout you really can't afford to get hit. If you are hit, you'll probably be dead very soon. So really practice the double jump to dodge enemy bullets. And another technique you could use for in combat is to really wait till the enemy is out of ammo. This won't of course work for pyros or heavies who are firing with their minigun or flamethrower, but wait till they're out of ammo and wait for them to reload, because then they are really vulnerable and they leave an open space for you. Well, that were the main tactics, and now some other tactics for example spy checking. You, as a Scout, you can really easily spy check people by trying to walk through them, because in TF2 you can't you can walk through your friends, but you can't walk through your enemies. So when you're trying to walk through your teammate and it appears that you can't walk through him, that means that probably is a spy. And as well, as you might have noticed, that I prefer to play with the mad milk. I do this because of course because of the heal bonus it can give you, but also because you can extinguish yourself with it and teammates. And I really like to motivate you to extinguish yourself and teammates, because it really shows that you're a team player, and it really helps a lot of people and prevents them from dying. And that are quite the main basic techniques for the scout so far. We might do another episode about a bit more advanced techniques, but we'll see about that. If you have any questions, you can always join the SHNES group, which is run by Paul and me and some other guys from Game Banana and other sites. The link is in the description below, and if you have questions, just asking to us. We'll be glad to answer them. And now go and practice with your new cool scout skills.